So now I'll move on to the next one. So here we'll talk about the visual analytics. Hope you can see my screen.
Yes.
So as part of the visual analytics, this is one of the interactive graphical display of the data, which is used to generate analytical results and insights. We'll just try to create in this manner. Why do we use analytics? Only because it's for the better decision making and better sense of risk, better customer relationship, better key strategic initiative, and better financial performances. These are the few advantages, nothing but the features available as per the visual analytics. And there are some of the scope. It's something like this is related to information analytics, geospatial analytics, scientific, knowledge discovery, so data management and knowledge representation, presentation, production and discrimination, and cognitive and perception science interaction. This is some of the scope of analytics. So why analytics in Tableau? So that's where like we will get to know. So it's just like I need to think. Uh, I want to have a sales or a specific year. Just now we created this particular diagram, and let me just create it once again. I'll click on the Excel, or I can directly click on this sample superstore. When I click on it, directly it goes to the worksheet. And here, what I can do, I can just drag the order date onto columns and sales, the profit onto the rows. What happens? I can just see the trend line here. The trend line. So in the year 2015 and 2016, 2017, what is my profit? So that is what I can see it from here. Okay. So before we proceed with that, so we just need to know how the aggregation and disaggregation happens. For example, now consider I'm going to create a new sheet. In this one, I am going to drag the profit and sales also. Okay, so profit and sales. Okay, the profit and sales. Now, if you observe, there is one particular dot coming in. So, which means this is going to calculate sum of profit as well as sum of sales.
Right.
Okay, so here now this is kind of a aggregated data. Okay, this is a kind of a aggregated data. Now I want to do a disaggregation. For example, I'll click on this. I'll click on this particular aggregate measure option. When I do this, automatically this gets divided, which means whatever the one dot was showing, that gets divided into multiple. And this is coming based on the specific orders, because this particular data set, the order data set, has the information based on the order ID. So that is the reason. So each and everything got splitted. It's kind of disaggregated. Now, if you look at this column, you do not have a sum
Oh,
prefixed with it. Okay, that was been removed. Now, again, like if I go and if I click on this, automatically it becomes sum. So now if you want to do some changes, something like I don't want sum, I want an average. So it will tell you the average of profit is 29 and sales is 2297201. Okay, but in this case, I wanted to have the disaggregation. So this way you'd be able to get the disaggregated data, nothing but a individual data.
right.
Okay, so
Right.
that is called as a disaggregation with the values called as a aggregation. This is exactly the same which we followed. Then we'll talk about the data granularity. Data granularity is something like level of depth represented by the data. It's something like lower level data. So nothing but depth level data. Okay,
Okay.
so there are two types. One is high granularity, one more is the low granularity. So high granularity is nothing but a detailed level. Low means it's a summarized level. So it's a higher level, but it's a very lower level.
Okay.
Okay. So now when I talk about those things, high granularity and lower granularity. So we'll talk about with some of the example also. Before that, like we will have a marks card in Tableau. Whatever you drag and drop. So for example, now uh, I'll take a profit and discount. So just I'll go according to this profit as well as the discount. Okay, so we got this particular data. So maybe I can just click on this aggregate measures. This is the profit and discount. But profit should be based on the sum. So profit is sum, discount is based on the average. So that's showing one particular dot. Now we want to get the information, need to split it, but without removing the aggregate measures. So that's where what we will do. We will try to get the category onto the colors. Whenever I drag the category onto the colors, automatically it splits into three dots. But all three dots are having the summation or having the average. Okay, summation and the average.
Okay.
Okay, and after that, so if you observe, there is one more thing. We've just dragged the category onto the label, which means I am going to write a label, nothing but a name of that category over here. So understand here, this color will be used to differentiate. And one more thing, if you observe, furniture is a different color, office supplies different color, and technology is different color. All three are coming in a different color, and this has the three different dots. Now currently it
Right.
is showing based on the circle view. Okay. Now one more thing, this I don't like this circle. So that's a shape. I like something like a star. So the data will show in a star shape.
Okay.
Clear? And now
Yes.
consider now I want to get something like based on the profit. Based on the profit, I want to show the sizes. Or I don't want to show based on the profit. Maybe I'll click on this. I want to increase the size of the star. So automatically it increases,
Right.
right? So that's kind of a size. Now let me just put profit onto the size. Observe now, this is little smaller, this is bigger, and this is also bigger. Why? Because furniture has lesser profit. That is something like 18,451, and this is something like 122,491, and this is something like 145,455. So based on the profit data, these sizes are coming.
Okay.
Okay, you understood?
Yes.
Now you understood color, you understood size, and you understood label, as well as you understood the shape. So the sixth mark type will be coming in, depends on what you drag and drop, sometimes what exactly you perform. For now, this particular thing is coming in the form of shape. That's the reason automatically shape tab comes up.
Okay.
Okay. For now, you understand this. There is a shape. This is a sixth mark. It will be changing. Next one is you got a detail as well as the tooltip. Tooltip is something like now if hover here, currently the tooltip is based on the category, discount, and profit. Okay. If you want to show something, maybe if you click on it, if you look at it, this is the tooltip it is showing. Now I do not want to show profit only. I'll just delete this. Click OK. Now if I just hover, you will not see a profit.
Okay.
Get it?
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah. Yeah. Are we able to hear me?
Hello? Did I lose you?
No, I'm here. I can hear. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello. Hello.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so that's okay. So can I continue? Can you
Yes.
confirm over the chat?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And here, maybe you can just type over a chat in case if you want to discuss anything. Maybe something like if you have any doubts. Now, so the next thing is here we understood tooltip, we understood color, size, all those things. Detail is something like we want to give more detail. For example, now in this case, let me go down. This is the visual analytics. Okay. Okay, that's okay. So now I'll go to the tab view. So apart from this, now I want to get some subcategory on. I'll just want to put on the detail. Now, if you observe, so I've got the information based on the subcategory. So, but if you observe, there are like colors are same here. That is based on the office supply. Inside office supply, you have a different subcategories. So let me put that subcategory onto the label also. So in this case, you have a technology. Inside that technology, you have machine, office binders, furniture. You have a tables, furniture. You have a bookcases. These are all your little more details. Little more details about the data set. So are you clear? Any doubts
Yes.
on the marks card? Okay, so perfect. And next, on the same marks card, now if you just look at this, based on whatever you dragged it, automatically it create now. Now, if I click on this, there is some more extra activity available here. Now, instead of automatic, I want to select something like a shape. When I select a shape, automatically the shape coming in. So that's how it is being done right now. Now, other than shape, now I want to select something like a circle. So whenever I just change it to circle, automatically everything becomes a circle. So all of them will have a circle. Maybe if you want to change something, I don't want to have a circle, I want to have a square. It gets into a square. And I want to have an area. So automatically it comes just like an area. So depends on your requirement, depends on your way of thinking, you would be able to change all these things. So it's up to you. You decide which chart looks good, and based on that, you suggest the same chart to the customers. Clear?
Okay.
Okay. Okay then. Now, this is all about the marks. So let us go to the next one. So the data granularity is something like the details of information, where you can just try to remove the aggregations. Now here, just like this, so just now I've shown, if you want, you can just change it. The shape is something like, if you drag the market onto the shape, automatically each and everything will be a different shape. Now in this case, I'll go to the automatic, and this is comes up. Now maybe based on the category, I want to have a shape. If I just drag this, so all the furniture are circle, and the office supplies are square, and then technology is in plus signature. So this is your one of the data granularity, which is showing in a detailed way. Okay, so you can just drag the color, and it's up to you. So marks card will be there to help you out for the formatting thing. Now here, so look at this on the data granularity, power of the coloring. Now let me just drag the subcategory onto the rows, and what else? We have the profit, the sales. Okay, sales and the, now I will drag the sales over here, and profit over here. So I'm dragging like this. So one thing to observe, so maybe I'll just undo. Just look at this. I've just dragged a sales on this particular, wherever I was having a ABC. Maybe I'll just come back. Now I just drag the subcategory. There is a ABC available. Consider I'm just dragging the sales onto the ABC. Whenever I do this, automatically there is a T button comes up. T nothing but a text that is been plotted here. Same way I want to get one more, the profit. Just observe what other changes will come. Whenever I drag and drop the profit, what other changes? For example, if I drag and drop, you have a measure name here, you have a measure name here, and you have a measure values here. These three changes will come up whenever you drag the second measure.
Okay.
Hope you're observing. So whenever I drag the second measure, automatically this measure name comes, this one comes, this one comes, this one. So here, just to know, measure name will have the name of the measures. For example, if I edit it, observe, I have a sales, quantity, profit ratio, profit, number of record, discount. All these are your measures, the name of the measures. It's not the values, it's just a measures. Now you are trying to filter only the profit and the sales because you dragged those two things. Maybe I can just click on this profit ratio, and if I just apply this, third one also will come up. Okay, so that is one way. Another thing is, even this name measure names will have all these names, just the names, not the values. The values are something like 141, 937, 1813. These are coming only because this particular measure values. This is called as a measure values. You dragged these things onto the measure values, nothing onto the ABC. That's why this is coming up. Now, this is sales and discount. Consider sales and discount. I'll go here, I'll edit it, and I'll click on the discount. Okay, this is your sales and discount. Now based on this, next one is, now for example, now there is a profit. Now we are looking the data by a profit, so I drag the profit onto the color shelf. So observe here, so based on my profit, the data set is shown. Based on my profit, hold on, if you look at this, each and everything is in a different color. These are all the minus color showing up this way. And let me just go to the profit. Maybe I'll try to format it, and this is background color. This is a row binding, column binding. Here, column binding, profit, shading, sales, shading. Okay, so here I have it. Go select this, say not sales, maybe a profit, and you can change this one to this one. Shading text or something like this one. Then on the pane font, this is something like I'm making some changes. Maybe click on number. I want to only one decimal places. Click over here. So whatever you're seeing it right now, this all depends on the data available in your profit. So even though you have dragged the sales and discount, this is working based on the profit. Okay.
Okay.
Any doubts?
Hello.
Okay, great then. So this is one thing. So maybe we'll move on. Let me cover one more chart and then we will. Okay, so before that, so if you don't mind, can you just read these two things and just answer me which is the right answer?
The manager.
Maybe take your time and read this and tell me for a question one, what is the answer? Question two, what is the answer?
Sales. 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 Market and discount. Sales. Discount.
Any answers? Okay, how about the next one?
Select the odd one out.
Okay. Let's see. The first question answer is color, size, shape. The second one is, as you said, like that's a legend. Okay. The next one, just a continuation of that. It's kind of highlighting. So for example, if you want to highlight any of the information present, then how are you going to do it? Look at this. Now, I just get the sales and profit. I'll get an order date and sales and profit. Okay, so when you look at this, you have a order date and you have a profit and then you have a sales. Now just click on this. What happens? I'll get more values. Next, to get the information in the thing, something like I want to get some more extra thing. Maybe I'll click on this. I'll click on this. I'll remove the quarter and I'll remove the year. I have the month-wise data now. Now let me just get the information by a subcategory. So I'm going to get the subcategory onto the detail shelf. Then I'll get more lines, more lines. Now I want to highlight this. I'll click on this one. There is one thing called a show highlighter. So what happens now? So I just click on this one. If I say accessories, only that will be highlighted. Look at this. I'm just hovering my mouse, automatically it's getting highlighted. Whatever you're just going there, going to the specific subcategory, that is getting highlighted. So if required, you can just put this one onto the color also. So each and everything will show in a different color. Now this is your color and this is your highlighting thing. Are you good with it?
Yes.
This is called the highlighter. Okay. So I would request you to practice all these things and be ready. So then we'll continue the next one, only because we got some more exercises, some more charts. Okay, some more charts which is coming up, something like these are all the different kinds of charts which we'll be covering in the next session. Try to practice till now and let me know if you have any questions. We can continue there. Are you good? Great then. So thanks for your time. So we'll see tomorrow then. Have a good day.